There are stories going around among Steve Harvey's comic peers and colleagues that he is having a rough patch in his career. These people are not afraid to call him out on what they see as bad behavior. Katt Williams, one of Harvey's most well-known rivals, has been very open about his doubts about his fellow comic, saying that Steve has a lot of bad things in his closet. But folks, we've been hearing these rumors for a while now. There have been constant rumors in the past that Steve Harvey mistreats his staff. Williams has said that he thinks the Family Feud star is bad to his team. For a moment, let's talk about that shocking memo that Steve sent to his staff. It laid out strict rules that made people talk about how ugly he was. The secret memo told us that Harvey didn't want meetings in his dressing room, guests who weren't invited, and strict rules about who could talk to him. He wrote in a very rude way, "Do not open my dressing room door. If you knock on my door, you will be taken out. People who want to see or talk to me will not be able to stand at my door because of my security team. Stop all of the ambushes right now. All of that includes TV people." Harvey said that he might have handled the case differently if he had known what he knew now while defending the letter. He was annoyed that people would come up to him without an appointment, even at lunch or in the hallway when he was alone. There's more to it than that, though, as Katt Williams points out. And Steve Harvey is full of bad vibes. I can't find any new jokes from Steve. He seems to be too busy with problems. People sued Harvey in November 2015, saying that he changed his mind about renting a private jet, while more than $400,000 worth of repairs were still being made. The allegedly made changes included a new carpet, rearranging the seats inside the cabin, designing custom seats, and adding new walls to the cabin. Today, these stories are old news, but Katt Williams recently stirred things up again on Shannon Sharpe's Club Shay Shay Show. Williams said many shocking things about the business, and one of them was that Steve Harvey may have become famous by doing shady things like stepping over people's heads. Katt isn't holding back any longer. He's made big claims about Steve Harvey. He says that Harvey stole material from Mark Curry's show after failing to hurt his friend Bernie Mac's career and steal his part in a movie. Williams thought Harvey wasn't good enough to be a movie star and told him, "You couldn't be a movie star." Every year, 30,000 new stories are written in Hollywood. They didn't ask for a black guy from the country who can't talk well and looks like a potato head. This is something Steve Harvey won't stand for, since you may already know that he doesn't like it when people criticize him. When Williams said that Harvey said bad things about Bernie Mac and Mark Curry, it really hit Steve on the beef nerve, and people close to him say he lost it. What if you think Katt was just rubbing salt in the wounds of his old grudge against Steve? Well, other people agreed with Williams' story about Bernie. The famous DJ Ed Lover seemed to back up the comedian's claims that Steve hates Bernie. The show that came out a few days ago backed up Williams' story, especially about how Harvey treated Bernie Mac. Lover said that Katt Williams was meant to be on the Kings of Comedy, but she turned down the offer because of how Harvey treated Mac. What Katt Williams said about Steve Harvey calling to try to get Bernie's part in Ocean's 11 and other things like that. Bernie told me straight from his heart, "I think Bernie Mac told him that Steve Harvey didn't like him." These new details shed light on possible problems in the stand-up comedy business. In particular, they put Harvey in a very bad light when it comes to his former Kings of Comedy coworkers who were also making fun of him. Katt Williams shocked everyone when he went on Club Shay Shay, but he saved most of his anger for Steve Harvey, whom he has hated for decades for taking. Everything Harvey has done, including his jokes, ideas, and even books, seems to have been stolen from other brilliant people. Williams and Lover's claims and revelations give us a look into how the comedy community works. They suggest that Steve Harvey is a nasty and dishonest person who wants to get ahead by stabbing people in the back. A lot of people seem to agree with him. As someone put it, everyone is wrong about Steve. Even the people on TV shows didn't like him because of how he acts. Some people don't deserve what they have. Most don't have what they deserve, said someone else. The first one is Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey and other comedians seem to have been at odds with each other because they had different ways of making people laugh, while everyone else was working hard on their own material. Steve was taking other comics' work. During the Kings of Comedy tour, this made Bernie Mac decide to go his own way, which caused a split between him and Steve Harvey. There have been rumors for years that the two comedians didn't get along. And now members like Cedric the Entertainer are saying that there were real fights between the Alpha guys. Cedric agreed that Harvey and Mac had different points of view, but he stressed that their disagreements had a bad effect on the whole tour and had even made the members' relationships worse. Of course, Cedric is still polite to both Bernie and Steve, but it looks like everyone knows who is to blame. In 2003, Bernie Mac talked to GQ magazine and said that Steve Harvey was jealous of him and trying to stop him from getting certain movie roles, especially the famous Ocean 11 part that Harvey wanted for himself. When Bernie got the part in Ocean's 11, Steve supposedly tried to get in touch with the directors to say that he would be a better fit for the part. To his disappointment, he was turned down. Harvey is said to have been afraid of being found out ever since. Steve may not have been able to overshadow Bernie Mac, as he was said to have tried. But another story comes up about Mark Curry. Katt Williams says that Steve Harvey got the job on his show, The Steve Harvey Show, after Mark Curry, who said that Steve stole his jokes and style. The same Steve who stole everything Mark Curry owned after going to watch his whole sitcom. Mark Curry himself once said that Steve stole something, and it was a joke about Halloween outfits. Curry said Steve was said to have used his work on both radio and TV. Mark Curry said in his interview that he was very unhappy and that Harvey's acts were costing him money. Curry said he talked to Harvey about it and told him to stop making money off of Harvey's work. Dude, you didn't need to do that. Good job, mother effer. You made enough money, you had enough money. That was enough. Why are you on my stuff? This is not the first time that people have said Steve Harvey stole jokes. Katt Williams himself called Harvey out before a Christmas show in December 2008, which led to an angry argument. Williams said bad things about Harvey on the radio, and at the time, Jamie Foxx, who was a radio host, played a clip of Williams's bad talk. Harvey called to talk about what was going on and said he didn't understand what Williams had said. Williams said Harvey might not be the king of comedy for much longer and told him to get ready for the fight on stage. The funny fight did not happen, though. Harvey has also had arguments with other artists on TV, such as Monique. During an episode of his show, Monique talked about some business deals she had with Harvey and said she thought he wasn't backing her up when she was in a fight with Tyler Perry and Oprah. Harvey's decision to keep his money bag instead of helping a sister in need was publicly criticized by Monique. This added to the bad story and unfair treatment of Black people in Hollywood. These events make people wonder what Steve Harvey did behind the scenes, and if he may have played a different game than the one he shows in public. Recent events may hurt his reputation for being honest, and rumors have it that Steve is about to lose it because of Katt's claims. Fans are talking about it all over the world, not just in Hollywood. Steve didn't even honor the mother of his children, said one person. What does that mean for his respect for his co-workers? This is what ambition looks like, said someone else. This is not the only person who acts this way. Multiple comics claims point to a pattern of behavior that goes beyond normal friendly interactions. This only adds to the rumors that Harvey is trying to ruin the careers of other comedians. What do you think about all of this, though? Could it be true that Steve Harvey is as disgusting and horrible as his coworkers say he is? Share your ideas in the boxes below, and don't forget to watch my other movies